Having zero cursed energy is arguably the most broken thing in JJK. In the Jujutsu world, cursed energy and cursed techniques are valued above everything else. Your grade as a sorcerer, your reputation, your survival, all of it is tied to how much cursed energy you can output or how refined and devastating your technique is. The Zenin clan, one of the big three Jujutsu families, live by this rule harder than anyone. So when Maki was born with almost no cursed energy, he didn't see a daughter, he saw a failure. She couldn't even see cursed spirits start it too. She had to claw her way to degrees that sorcerers with half at this would end just by existing. The system was never built for someone like her. It definitely wasn't built for Toji either. However, there's a loophole in this system that JJK built in from the beginning. And once you see it, Toji and Maki start to make a lot more sense. So what exactly is this loophole? It's called heavenly restriction. A binding vow assigned at birth, where the body surrenders its cursed energy entirely in exchange for physical capabilities pushed far beyond human limits. In Toji's case, he gained physical abilities so refined that he sat outside of what any normal sorcerer could. In Maki's case, after losing her last trace of cursed energy during the Zenin massacre, her body hit that same 0 point and the results were identical. But here's where it gets really interesting. Cursed techniques need cursed energy as a medium to function. When sorcerers hit you with a technique, they're essentially sending something through the cursed energy that exists in your body. But what happens when there's nothing there to receive it? It has nowhere to go. Think of it like trying to electrocute an object. For that to happen, the object needs to have metal properties. Objects without metal properties don't get electrocuted because those properties are absent. The same thing applies in Jujutsu. Maki and Toji have no cursed energy, so the techniques that rely on cursed energy as a medium to target, track, or lock onto them simply have nothing to work with. But they're not immune to everything. I mean, obviously techniques like Gojo's reversal red, halo purple that affect physical space will still have an effect on Maki and Toji. But to the system that every sorcerer is built around, they're basically invisible. Now, here's where it gets real. Barrels in Jujutsu detect and track people through their cursed energy signature. That's how they work. They scan for cursed energy and register targets accordingly. But when Toji infiltrated Tengen's barrier during the hidden inventory, the barrier couldn't detect him at all. No cursed energy, no signature, no registration. He walked straight through a system designed to catch sorcerers and curses alike, because as far as the barrier was concerned, it simply wasn't there. The same principle applies to domains. When Maki fought Nawa's cursed spirit form, the narrator made it explicit. Domains categorize people like Maki as objects, not targets, not a threat, not a sorcerer, not even an enemy, just an object in space. Guaranteed hit, auto-targeting, the entire offensive infrastructure of it. None of it applies to someone who the system doesn't even recognize as a target. The system doesn't register them, therefore can't really hit them because it can't hit what it can't see. So let's bring this all together. The Jujutsu world built its entire combat infrastructure around cursed grades, techniques, domains, barriers. All of it assumes cursed energy exists in every opponent. That assumption is the foundation, and heavy restriction doesn't just challenge that foundation, it exposes it as a blind spot. Toji didn't beat the system by being stronger than it, he beat the system by being completely outside of it. Maki didn't rise through the ranks by mastering any cursed technique. She became dangerous the moment she had none left. The system doesn't have an answer for people like them, not because they're overpowered, they were unreadable. And that's what makes heavy restriction so uniquely terrifying. Every sorcerer, every curse, every domain, all operating on the same frequency, can sense each other, target each other, counter each other. But Toji and Maki aren't on that frequency at all. Can't counter what you can't detect, can't target what the system registers as an object. So next time someone asks why Toji walked through some of the most dangerous sorcerers in history with nothing but a sword and his body, why Maki became one of the scariest characters in the manga after losing everything, remember this: in a world where cursed energy is everything, and I mean absolutely everything, having none of it might just be the most broken thing of all.